Testing is paramount in COVID-19 screening interventions, but are these measurements reliable? Reliable measurements for the purposes of testing is not foremost in the minds of South African citizens. However, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought the measurement of temperature into our daily lives. Most citizens have had their forehead temperature measured by means of a non-contact infrared thermometer as a preliminary COVID-19 screening intervention. These measurements, while seemingly insignificant, could potentially reduce the risk of death. Clinically speaking, if a person's core temperature is around 37 degrees Celsius, it would be considered normal and the person healthy and COVID-19 asymptomatic. However, a core temperature measurement result of 38 degrees Celsius or higher would be considered an indicator of possible COVID-19 infection. This would then result in a chain of events to isolate the person and invoke emergency medical care if required. This early detection could potentially save lives. So, how do these instruments actually work? A body infrared thermometer is an optoelectronic instrument that is capable of non-contact infrared temperature measurement when placed at a certain distance from the subject's body surface. Most of the body infrared thermometers have the capability to display the body core temperature inferred from the skin temperature they measure. Infrared thermometers have an optical lens, just like a video camera, but instead of an optical detector on the inside, they have a thermopile, which converts the infrared radiation into electrical energy. The thermopile gets hotter as it absorbs more and more infrared energy. The electrical output can then be translated into the temperature of the object. But what if the measurement is not reliable? What if the measurement result is lower than the person's actual temperature? Well, cases of COVID-19 infection could go undetected, and a potentially infected person may be sent back into society where they could infect others. If the measurement is higher than the person's actual temperature, there is a risk that time, effort, and medical resources will be wasted until the test result comes back negative. These resources could have been better spent on an infected person. So how do we know the measurement result is reliable? Well, we need to understand what factors influence this measurement result in the first place. The reliability of the forehead temperature result depends on at least the following factors. The accuracy of the measuring instrument, required to be within plus minus 0.2 degrees Celsius of the true temperature. The distance between the instrument and the person's forehead. The position of the measurement on the person's forehead. The angle of the measurement, the state of the batteries in the instrument. In some instruments, flat batteries can influence the measurement result. The battery level indicator should therefore be continuously monitored. The temperature of the instrument itself. Since the instrument compensates for the ambient temperature in which it is used, it must be stored in the same environment between measurements. The person themselves, for example, aspects such as exercising immediately prior to the measurement, exposure to a hotter environment than the screening environment, sweating, a hot car, excessive makeup, hair interference with the measurement, and so on. Improper cleaning of the instrument optics, improper use of an industrial infrared thermometer instead of an instrument specifically designed for human temperature measurements. So how should these measurement errors be reduced to ensure accurate forehead temperature measurements? Firstly, the instrument's accuracy should be verified by comparing it against a known standard, a process called calibration. Secondly, the instrument must be used strictly according to the procedure supplied by the manufacturer. Thirdly, the operator should be appropriately trained. The National Metrology Institute of South Africa, NMISA, is contracted by the government to maintain South Africa's national measurement standards and ensure that they remain internationally equivalent. In other words, 36 degrees Celsius in South Africa must be the same temperature as 36 degrees Celsius anywhere else in the world. We encourage all South African businesses to consult NMISA regarding the reliability of their temperature screening measurements. For more information or queries, visit our website www.nmisa.org or contact us on info@nmisa.org or phone 012 841 4152. NMISA, your measure of excellence.